And we are live. Welcome to Out of the Box Podcast. I'm your host, Jim Andre, and co-host Bradley Powers. Who do we have for guests today, Bradley?
It's doing it again, Jim. It says the video is live, but it's not showing. Not showing anything. Hang on. Oh, yes, it is. Wicked. We're in. Whoop, whoop. Hi there, everybody. My name is Bradley Powers, and I'd like to introduce you to Out of the Box Podcast. This is Jim's show. I'm his co-host. Jim Andre is a quantum healer, alien abductee. I am a mystic, a Hierophant Knight, amongst many other things, an initiate. And we have a guest. Our guest is Jenna Lee. She'll be joining us very shortly. And possibly Tiffany Reynolds will be joining the show as well. And Tiffany Reynolds may be lucky for you and read a tarot card for you or free. She might read 3 tarot cards for you if you're lucky, if we can get her to join us. Okay? We're waiting on Jenna Lee. And hi there, Jason Horseball. Thank you for joining us. Hi there, Stephanie Y. Rembelski. Thank you for joining us.
Well, I can't believe it. I'm actually getting some of the names from the chat box.
Super. Oh,
Jason
my God.
Sends good. Jason says we've got sound and vision. That's good. How you doing, Jason? Hi, Stephanie. Jonathan Kipp, how you doing?
Whoop, whoop. Thank you for joining us. Just bear with us a few minutes while the show livens up. We have got 7 viewers already.
Hey,
Sean Francis, thank you for joining us. Jason Horseball says it's great to be here. Thank you, guys. Sean G is watching.
How's it going, Sean?
I'm just logging into my Facebook account. I wasn't prepared. So bear with me a minute. I've got to share the show as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jenna and Tiffany are supposed to join us here, or?
Yes, we're waiting on them right now.
We did forward the links, right?
Yes. Susan Forcia says, hi, how are you?
How you doing, Susan?
Okay. Kinda. As best as we can be. Sean G says, sup, lads. Sup, lads. Rightio. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. I am in. And I want to share this show. Hang on, if it allows me. Allow Facebook access. Well, I won't allow it then. Right, how about that? Right, where are we? Send.
So we're covering aliens, Georgia Guidestones, and the Hadron Collider today.
Yeah. And narcissism. No, I'm only joking. We're not really covering narcissism. I just want to say.
Yeah, that was also my problem.
Narcissism. If it was narcissism, you would be the star of the show, no?
I'm not a narcissist, but I am a victim of narcissism. Yeah, it's good to see you smiling, Jim. I'll have some of what you're having.
Gmail and Yahoo.
I'm eating pretzels and drinking a can of Coke.
Yeah, I'll give you both of them.
How's that work out then? Oh, no. Oh, no wonder. I've just worked it out. That's the Alien Truth Connection. I don't want that. I want to be on my profile because then the show is public.
Well, it's public off of mine as well.
No, it isn't there. Oh, dear. Oh, here it is. Public. Bradley Powers public. Right, here we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here we go. Send in messenger. Open messenger. Okay.
JR.
Oh, really? Like that, is it? How's that work out? How's that work out?
Sean Francis says, please share this live with your friends and family. Show some love. You guys already know we love you.
Please sign into Messenger. I've got to sign into Messenger. Right, okay, bear with me, please. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, we are building up a collection of people. Sean Francis is great and welcome to the podcast, friends. Sean G says, meaning what's up, friends? Yeah, I knew what you meant, Sean. I was just playing with you. Jonathan Kipp says, ha ha. Sean Francis says, please share this live with your friends and family. Show some love. Jonathan Kipp says, yeah, send it. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you for watching. My name is Bradley Powers. This is Jim Andre, or this is the American Bradley Powers.
That's the English version over there, across the channel there of Jim Andre.
Yeah. Yay! Now we're rocking. Okay, now I can send it. Now I can send the show. Jenna says, I'm joining, but she seems to be stuck at the moment. Sean G, Bradley, what's with the flag hat? Well, the reason why I'm wearing this hat is some people think I'm Australian and some people think I'm American. So I thought I'll solve that problem. What country do you think I am? Yeah. Right, yo, now I can send it because I'm logged in. Send in messenger. Here we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. And bear with me a minute, please, everybody, because once we get going, you know the score. Truth Seekers Prophecy. Yep. Truth Seekers Anonymous. Yep. Esoteric Family. And it is. I would just like to say to everyone, thank you so much for your support over the last week or so. Been very kind to have you near me. You've been very supportive to me. Thank you very much. I've had a few dilemmas. A storm has entered my life and I'm actually dealing with it right now. Okay? Sean Francis says I'm from New Zealand. I don't know what to say to that.
Maybe he's got ancestors. Maybe he's got ancestors from New Zealand. But
you go to set. Share two. Share two. Share two.
Hi, Daisy. Daisy's on board.
Oh, excellent. Oh no, I'll do that in a minute. Discard. Well, I am sharing. So what I'd like to say is, Christopher Shearer said, this is the same one I was just watching.
We can see your comments.
You can see my comments. Yes, we can see your comments, Christopher Shearer. Jason Horseball says hello. Jonathan Kipp says, I feel you, Bradley. Sitting through my own storm too. Family. Thank you, Jonathan Kipp. Then you know what I'm going through. I'm going through a storm. And what do you do when you're going through a storm? You hold fast. Okay? Brace yourself, hold fast, and surf the storm. Surf the cosmos. That's what you do. Sean G says, more power to you, fella. Thank you. Daisy Temponi says, hi, Jim. Sean Francis says, shot in dark. And whilst we're waiting for our guest as well, and whilst I'm sharing the show, I'd like to say, Jim, have you heard that the Hadron Collider is proof that spirits and ghosts do not exist? Professor Stephen Cox says the Hadron Collider proves that ghosts and spirits does not exist. What do you think about that, Jim?
Well, I don't know where he's getting his theory from, but I don't think that proves anything in that respect.
Okay, Jenna's having problems. I'm going to address that. I'm going to address Jenna very shortly.
She's got to be using a supporting browser. How about Tiffany?
Hello?
Tiffany's at work at the moment, I think. I'm just doing the pages because I have now accumulated quite a few pages. I have. Muckinville Paranormal is one of my pages. Parafam Studios is one of my pages. Parafam Entertainment Channel is one of my pages. And Bradley Powell's Esoteric Show is one of my pages.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I am adding pages to my universe, the Bradley Powers universe. Okay. Page is done. I've got to do the groups next. So, and I've got to do the groups next, and I've got to locate
Daisy. Daisy says Bradley's going through a storm. Might as well surround yourself with rainy day people, the best kind.
Yeah. I've got someone who might like me to share the show. Actually,
What you got to do, Bradley, is stay away from all that drama.
Stay away from crackheads, smackheads, needle freaks, and narcissists. Basically, I've got to do.
Today's what, the 25th?
And
I usually get my pay today, but
Sean G says, "Get your head down, lad." Hey, I got called a lad.
I don't see it in my account yet.
Christopher Shearer says, they are colliding atoms, matter, which creates antimatter. Thank you for sharing that, Christopher Shearer. Jonathan Kipp says, be right back, got to go for a short. Okay, see you soon, Jonathan Kipp. Yeah, thank you, Daisy 10 Ponies, for sharing that with us. I am going through a storm at the moment. Quite a bad storm, actually. But I believe onwards and upwards. Give me a problem and I'll find a solution. My solution is I just blocked some of my storm on Facebook. Sean G said there's nobody as cool as Jim. Actually, there is, but I'm not going to mention his name. You'll think I'm being biased.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sean G says, let it out, brother.
Thank you.
Daisy 10 Pony says, Rainy Day People is a Golden Lights song. Look it up. It's really good. Thank you for sharing that, Daisy.
I just seen a message from Jenna stating that she thinks she's running out of internet connection or something. I don't know.
Internet data. Oh, how about this? Facebook user. Oh, hi there. Corey Howes is in the house. Hi there, Corey. This is Jim Andre. He's my co-host. He's also a quantum healer and an alien abductee. Corey Howes is one of my colleagues and he's joined the chat. Thank you for joining. Ask us anything you like, Corey, and we will try and help you with an answer. Facebook user says, hello, Bradley and Jim. It's splendid to see you guys. Hi there, Facebook user.
Yeah, same here.
Yes, and have you noticed Jim has made a big effort because we are both wearing shirts and ties because we're going out clubbing afterwards.
Well, we came to that decision, figuring out if we want to look like bookends. That's what we got to do, I guess.
I'm gonna yeah, let's get this in your group. I think it's in your group anyway, actually. Your group, Jim. I can't put it in
live. This should be live streaming right now on YouTube, the Alien Connection Truth Network, and
I'm gonna do something different. Actually, I'm gonna put it in Alien Podcast. Why not? Why not, indeed? And in the Extraterrestrial.
Oh, we got 9.
My Extraterrestrials, Alien Contactees, Abductees, and Believers.
Hey, we got 9 viewers. We might break a record and get 10 or more.
We'll be breaking some records soon. You wait and see. Onwards and upwards. We got television channels that wish to attach themselves to us. Yes, we have. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm just posting Jim into the groups. I'll be done in a minute. Esoteric Hours.
I guess Jenna and Tiffany aren't going to make it on.
I'm going to try and help Jenna if I can. Reloaded. I am admin to Aliens, UFOs, Anunnaki, Ancient Aliens, Mysteries, Paranormal, and Reloaded. And I'd just like to announce we have achieved 210,000 members. How about that? That's what you call coolness. Coolness. Absolutely coolness. Coolness.
So
Yeah, I'm going to
Bradley,
post this in the live ones, why not?
So Bradley, in your opinion, how did them Georgia Guidestones get sabotaged?
I know. The Zeta Reticuli done it. So says Jim Andre.
That's correct.
However, some say the I can't remember what they say. Some say it's different. Red, is there a red something, Jim? Red what? Red something. Right, okay, I think that'd be enough actually. There you go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. Now, Corey Howell says, my mother will be joining me for a cigarette in a minute and I'll ask her if she has any questions. She is spiritual. Well, Corey, I'm a spiritualist too. Jim Andre's an agnostic. Ask us anything you like. Sean G says respect. And Daisy 10 Pony says bookends. Whoop whoop. Wow, 210 is awesome. Yes, it is, Daisy 10 Ponies. Yeah, 210,000 members is awesome. I was actually talking to Jim about me and Jim be creating a new alien group and advertising it in his alien group to promote. That's a possibility.
Bradley.
Yeah.
I got a message from Jenna here saying I'm sorry. I'm at the app in Chrome and it says I'm joining the connection, but it isn't completing. It keeps buffering.
Yeah. She's not joining us. It don't look like it. Sean G says spot on, lad. Jason Horseball says really cool. Thank you everybody for contributing words, comments, posts. It's a pleasure to have you near us. We're going to be discussing the Georgia Guidestones, Hadron Collider.
Okay, the
Paranormal, Extraterrestrials.
The Facebook user is Eldon McKinville.
Oh, is it really? Oh,
Yes,
hi there, Eldon. Thank you for joining us. Eldon McKinville Senior is in the house. Whoop, whoop.
He is here.
Yes, Eldon. Esoteric Hours will be broadcasting from your platform because we wish to explore your conglomeracy, your avenue, your terrain. However, Out of the Box will be remaining on Melon with Jim Andre because Jim Andre is a subscriber to Melon, and it's a shame like he's subscribing to something that he's not using. So Out of the Box will stay on Melon. Esoteric Hours every Wednesday and Sunday will be broadcasting on Elder McKinville's Senior platform. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Daisy 10 Pony says, tell her to try a different browser. I can't use Chrome. I think she could try Safari.
Yeah, I think Safari might work if you want to message her and tell her to try Safari.
Okay. Do that now. Where is she? Oh, that's it. I'll do that right now.
I don't know.
Bear with me, everybody. We're going to get
I don't know why Tiffany's not joining. She's been on the platform before.
Yeah, but I think she's at work.
Oh, is she?
I think she's at work. Yeah. She's at work and she loves the new job, by the way. Yes, so, yes, I have actually suggested to Jenny Lee that she try Safari. However, I don't think she's actually got the message yet. Let's do that, shall we? What happened? Right. Okay. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get her on. Let's send her a message right now. Okay. Oh, I need a shave, really. Hi there, Jenna. I have another solution. You could try the Safari platform. Safari
browser.
Yes.
I don't have the speed to do that.
Okay, all right, Jenna. We will have you on the show of Esoteric Hours on Wednesday. Okay. Thank you for trying.
Okay.
Speak to you Wednesday.
I'm sorry.
No problem. Thank you. You can still join us in the group forum and ask us questions if you wish. Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Thank you. That's that sorted out then. Hey. Whoop whoop says Sean G. No, I say whoop whoop. That's what we say in Essex. Whoop whoop. And right, so we are about ready to begin the show, to be honest with you. Yeah, Elder McKinville is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Now, what can we talk about? The Hadron Collider is Stephen Cox, Professor Stephen Cox, who I actually think he makes science and physics sexy, to be honest with you. I find he's very intelligent, and the way he presents the information is sexy. I really do believe that. And I will also say that he said, sorry, Jim.
Yeah, is he the one that's with the theory that there's no such thing as ghosts and spirits?
Absolutely. The Hadron Collider proves that. Well, I'd like to disprove it by saying that I have spent a life full of quantum mysticism. Quantum mysticism is a field that scientists and physicists don't fully understand. They actually call it jargon. It's not jargon at all. I've encountered quantum mysticism all my life, and I can validate the fact that ghosts, spiritual entities, angels, demons, they all exist. Yes, they do. And like Stephen Cox, you're wrong. Okay. I also believe they have a photograph, an image, which actually presents some spiritual entities, demonic entities.
I would like to know, did he give an explanation on what he's based his theory on?
No, I don't know, Jim. 2 days ago in the group forum, it was this subject was raised, and someone said the Hadron Collider proves. Stephen Cox says it proves spirits and ghosts do not exist. And I wanted to say something and dispute the claim with this guy, but I actually changed my mind. I thought, you know something, I can't. Today I'm not going to share my thoughts, feelings and emotions with him, because I know I'm right. I know he's wrong. He believes he's right because science and Professor Stephen Cox says so. He believes he's right. I'm not a professor. However, I'm a mystic, a medium to a degree, a necromancer, and I know that I'm right, but I can't prove it. And I don't believe that Stephen Cox can prove it either.
I would like to see his opinion on whether or not extraterrestrials exist.
Aha. Yeah, I like that. Christopher Shearer says, are you seeing these comments, Bradley Powers? I'm actually reading them. Yes, I can see them. I can see you now, Christopher, but I can't see you. I can't see you, Christopher, in the group forum, but I can see you here. Oh, and Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson says hello. She's from the UK. Hi there, Julie. Thank you for joining us. Say it again, brother. Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson. Thank you for joining us. Eldon McKinville says, hello, Bradley and Jim. It's splendid to see you guys. Thank you for joining us.
I know, Chris Shira.
Yep. There you go. I'll put that there. Whoop. Uh-huh.
No,
and Christopher Shearer says, I'm watching from Jim's page.
Yeah, Bradley, what are your thoughts on the realm that we exist in, this third world dimension in the universe? What are your thoughts?
Nikola Tesla says we live in a realm. This is the realm. There are many realms.
Yeah, it's a realm, dimension. It's a world. It's a three-dimensional world. But I'm saying, you know what I believe? I believe that we're in a random, chaotic universe. It's random and chaotic. You know, there would never be anything that we could do to attain complete world peace in this realm. There would be some things we could do to make it a much better place to live in, such as eliminating religion, politics, and currency. But it will never be perfect and a totally peaceful place for the simple reason that there's natural chaos within this realm and nature itself. For example, you can have a bright, serene day, calm day, and then all of a sudden the clouds form, come out of nowhere. You get an intense thunderstorm and flood. And you got other natural events such as hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, volcano eruptions. Hell, even an asteroid or a comet could hit the Earth at any given moment. And that's all random. It's nothing that's planned. Okay. Now, if you have a tsunami that wipes out 250,000 people all at one time, do you think the universe itself has a conscience about that, or worries about it, or even contemplates whether it's right or wrong? It doesn't, because that's a natural, chaotic realm in which we live. So if man is just as much a part of nature as everything else around him, there will also always be chaos amongst men.
Thank you for sharing it, Jim. Yeah, very much so. We live in a chaos realm. This realm is called the chaos realm. This is where we live, in the chaos realm. I'm familiar with God's Set. God's Set is the god of chaos. And just so happens that I am associated with God's Set, and I'm very lucky to be as well, because he is the god of chaos. We live in a chaos realm, and being affiliated to him is a blessing, because I will actually need him in the near future to tackle demons. Okay? I would also like to say, hi there, Corey Howes. Corey Howes says, Brad, my mum is here. She says hello. Hello, Corey Howes' mum. Thank you for joining us. Please feel free to ask us any questions you like. We normally have an answer for everything. Jason Horseball says, tectonic activity will actually express what you are sharing with us, Jim. Tectonic activity. And Sean G says, you know, Jim, it's all about balance. And Jason Horseball says,
it is about balance. It is about balance, but when the balance becomes too unbalanced, like it is now, we can all see which way the world is heading. What must be done eventually, when it comes to a head, a new world can be born. But the only problem with that is usually when a new world is born, it is out of the rubble of the old.
Okay.
But there is no doubt that something has to be done to reset the balance, because it's way off balance right now and it's all heading in the wrong direction.
I'm an ambassador of mankind. I'm here to balance the planet, Jim. So don't worry. Elgin says chaos will always exist so long as human nature exists. Ego and greed seems to always show as the cause. Ego and greed.
Something I'd like to add to that is this, that, nowhere else within nature or this realm or the universe itself does the concept of right and wrong and good and evil exist. Nowhere but within the psyche of the human species.
I can understand you saying that, Jim, because you're an agnostic, whereas I'm a spiritualist, and I have to disagree. Evil, good and evil actually exist outside. It's like.
But just because I say that doesn't mean that I don't believe in spirits.
Yeah. Good and evil exist outside the psyche and within the psyche.
Well, that's the realm. That's the realm. If them spirits want to visit us in this realm, that's part of the realm that they have to experience as well as we do.
Good and evil exist outside the psyche as well.
Yeah, but
Sean G says, wise man, you mate. I think it's on about you, Jim. Hey, I'm wise too, Sean. Jason Horsfall says, we are going to dispel demons, Bradley. We can do it with mind. Expel. Thank you, Jason Horsfall. We can dispel demons. That is very true. Daisy Tempone says, most animals don't kill for killing's sake. Are they good? That's right. Animals kill for food. They are hunters. They are killing for
animals
food.
do what they have to do for survival. Anything born into this world becomes an instant slave. What does it become an instant slave to? It becomes an instant slave to survival itself.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, in our case, when we're born, we're not born free. We're born onto this world, and right away we get a record, a birth certificate, and a social security number. So as soon as we're born, we become what? A product of the state.
That's right.
So we instantly become not only a slaves to survival itself, but a slaves to society.
We also become a slave to the wage. That money is the new god. Money is there to be worshipped and praised.
Well, like I said before, you eliminate three things, which is religion itself, politics, and currency. This would be a much better world to live in. It wouldn't be perfect. It never will be. Within nature, there's no such thing as perfection within this realm, but it would be a lot better place to live in.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Sean G says, explain a fox in a chicken coop. When a fox is in a chicken coop, it goes into a frenzy when it smells blood, a frenzy. When a chicken bleeds in a chicken coop, all the other chickens will attack it because they are carnivorous. Barbarians. Carnivorous, definitely. Yeah, cannibals, really. Chickens are cannibals. Chickens are prehistoric animals too, allegedly. Whoop, whoop. Yes, we have. Oh, we nearly had 10 viewers then. Jim, you're looking smart.
Well, you know, we got 12 viewers right now. I think that's a record, Bradley.
Yeah, that is. Yep. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for watching. We're going to be discussing a variety of subjects, and you too can ask us anything you wish. Daisy Tempone says, so are you saying they are bad, Lynn Sean? Is a fox bad? I'll tell you something, in broad daylight once, I put my hand out because I saw a fox. I put my empty hand out to reach out to the fox, and the fox come up to my hand, and in broad daylight, he sniffed my hand. And that's a true honour, because foxes are shy and they don't do that. So the fox come up to me, sniffed my hand, and then a bus come along and scared it off. I'd like to say hi there, Candy Fowler. Candy Fowler's in the house. She says, hello, friends. Daisy Tempone says, hi, Candy. Thank you for joining us, Candy. It's a pleasure to have you near us. Me and Jim are back. The Chuckle Brothers are here. Yeah. Sean G says, so all animals aren't friendly. That's true. Not all animals are friendly. I agree with that. Candy Fowler says, you two look sharp. Thank you for saying that, Candy. We do look sharp. Me and Jim are going clubbing after the show. We are looking sharp because we are looking professional, and we are looking professional because we want you to look upon us as professionals, because we are professionals in this field, and we share words of wisdom, words Jason Horsball said, we had that happen to our chickens. The fox takes one but kills all. That's very true. Thank you for sharing that. I wanted to say that, but I forgot to say that. Yes, and that's a very true statement, Jason Horsball. The fox will take one for food. However, it will kill all the chickens because it goes into a frenzy. That's what it does. That's what foxes do. Did you know a fox can actually cut through chicken wire as well? With its bare teeth, unbelievable. Can cut through chicken wire. A fox can do that.
Yeah, Bradley. I don't know who this is. It says Facebook user, but
Elder McKinville. Elder McKinville says, first time viewing you two. This is great. Have any thoughts on the crystalline matrix above the earth? Any thoughts on that, Jim?
I don't know. I'm not too privy on that, to be honest with you. How about you, Bradley?
I'm familiar with the matrix, the crystalline matrix.
Oh, the matrix. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. But as far as the crystalline, I'm not sure what he actually means by that.
Crystalline matrix. Wow. Okay. I'll bow down to that one. I'm not familiar myself. I'm familiar with many diverse subjects, and I'm familiar with the matrix, the crystalline matrix. That's a new one on me. Thank you for sharing that with us. Maybe you can enlighten us, Mr. Facebook user. Please enlighten us. Daisy Tempony says, my Labrador Retriever ate 16 of my chickens in a few hours. That's amazing. Wow.
Must have been hungry.
Sean G says, so therefore some animals can be bad. Bad? What? Do you call a wild animal bad?
Well, bad is just bad is just your opinion and concept of what we're talking about. I mean, to nature itself and the animals themselves may be bad for the chickens. The chickens might think it's horrible and bad, but the animal that's committing the act has no concept of that.
Yeah, like you're saying, like, is a wild lion bad? Is a wild bear bad? No, they're not really, are they? They're predators hunting
That's
for
their
food.
nature. They're born to do what they do.
And as Candy Fowler says, it's just their instincts.
That's right. And let me add a natural instinct.
And also, the Facebook user says the Matrix. What do we know about the Matrix? The Matrix is a simulation. Allegedly, me, you, Jim Andre are lying down in an incubator somewhere in the Matrix, and we are living in a mortality dream. Can you imagine being in a dream where you can move things with your hands? With these hands, you can move things, you can make things. Can you imagine being able to do that in a dream? Well, the dream is now. This is the mortality dream. This is a mortality dream. The dream is now, and we are living in a simulation, allegedly. I know astral projectionists who have been inside the Matrix and found extraterrestrials actually controlling the manner. Okay. Jason Horsball says crystalline is connected to the Taurus fields. Taurus? I'm a Taurus. Daisy Temponi says, that's my question. I don't think the good-bad mode applies. Candy Fowler says, hippopotamus kill and they're vegetarians. Does that make them bad? Sean G says, humans are responsible for the concept of wrong or right. Very good point.
Correct. That is correct. That's the only place where the concepts exist is within the human psyche.
Okay.
Now, as far as randomness, let me get back to that randomness. Now, everything is random. Nothing is scheduled when a catalytic event occurs. It's just out of nowhere. It's not something that's planned. It just happens. Now, when we're born, we find ourselves here, and not long afterwards ponder from where we came. So technically, we randomly just appeared here out of nowhere. Okay? We're born with no guarantees. We have an unknown expiration date. And whenever that day comes, it's meant to be. There's no way to get around it. It's random. So you know, the best thing to do is it's not how long you live, it's how you live while you live. And as far as I'm concerned, life is a journey to be experienced and not a problem to be solved.
Well, okay, yeah, very good point, Jim. Daisy Temponi says, I believe that. Candy Fowler says, absolutely, that's why linguistics are so important when thinking about society and how it shapes your perceptions. Jason Horsbell says, with perspective. Thank you for sharing that.
You know, Bradley, you mentioned earlier that you think I'm an agnostic, but, you know, my opinion is, you know, the same energy that moves you moves me and everyone else. So my version of the extent of a God is a universal energy source that makes all things possible, in essence, a source, okay, which makes all things possible. Even an inanimate object such as this desk I'm sitting at is based and made up and structured with energy. Without the energy, nothing would exist. So my version of God and the extent of God is the energy that moves us, the air that we breathe, and our consciousness. That's the three that, to me, that's the Holy Trinity. The energy that moves you, your consciousness, and the air that we breathe. And that's just for a period of time. Nothing lasts forever. Therefore, like I said before, life is a journey to be experienced, not a problem to be solved. Within nature, nature needs not a creator. Nature has a way of creating, producing, reproducing, sustaining, and destroying itself.
Candy Fowler says, I call it a divine spark. Thank you for sharing that, Jim. The reason why I don't believe you're an agnostic, I actually know you are an agnostic. The reason why I know you're an agnostic is because I'm a spiritualist and you're an agnostic. The reason why I know you're an agnostic is because you believe, you have a theory that spiritual entities, demons, angels are imagined by us first.
No. I never said they were. I never stated they were imaginary. I believe there's guardian angels. I believe that there's another thin veil on the other side within this same realm, where it's possible that energy of who was here before can exist in that realm and probably stay there for whatever time limit they prefer before they come back or go elsewhere or rise to a higher dimension, where you can actually have maybe quick sightings of them, or they could communicate. A family member, close family member, may be able to communicate with you in some way. I never said that I don't believe there's no spirits. Just because I don't believe that God is an image of a man with a long beard sitting in the clouds and that he created everything. Because I believe it's an energy doesn't mean that I don't believe in spirits.
Like you're misinterpreting slightly. Is like, if I remember right, Jim, like, correct me if I'm wrong, like, I thought you said we imagine the spirit and then they manifest for us.
Well, you know, we have a choice supposedly with that concept that we keep playing over and over in our head, you know, between good and evil, which in my opinion are just natural opposite polarities which exist within any type of energy. You can't have one without the other. I mean, if you open the hood of your car, you take one of the cables off your battery. I don't care if it's a positive or negative. You go turn that ignition key. You keep playing with that ignition key. You can do that till doomsday. It's never going to spin the starter and bring that engine to life. The only way that you can spin that starter is to hook up them cables in perfect unison, go in there, hit the ignition key, spin that starter, and bring that engine to life. See, there's no separation. Without one, there isn't another. So the biggest deception within religion is that there's a separation. And there is no separation. It's just two different polarities within one singularity. So as far as I'm concerned, when religion teaches anybody that there's separation between the positive and the negative, and you got evil over here to beyond to an icon called Satan and a God over here. I don't believe that. They are one. So therefore, if it's two opposite polarities within one singularity, there will always be that inner struggle. You will never get rid of it.
There is another way to start a car, and that's to have one on the live feed, one lead on the live terminal, and you can use the other.
Well, you
lead
can do that by you can do that with a standard by going downhill or pushing it and popping the clutch. And it'll probably run for a while with no battery in there, depending on how strong your alternator is. But that alternator is putting out what? Energy. Energy. Without the energy, the car won't run at all. That's my point.
Yeah.
You have to have a source of energy. And God isn't a man sitting in the clouds with a long beard.
The prime creator source is a cosmic collective. Excuse me. The prime creator source is a cosmic collective, conscious-minded energy, which is what you are actually suggesting. That's what the prime creator source is. The prime creator source is the creator of the multiverse. The prime creator source is neither a he nor a she, yet is both masculine and feminine. The prime creator source is not empathic. However, if you put out positive energy, the prime creator source will give you positive energy back. If you put out negative energy, the prime creator source will give you negative energy back. That is called karma. Whereas the God from the Bible is an entity, and he, or the God from the Bible is, or Yahweh is, the creator of the universe.
Okay, what are your thoughts on a theory that the universe was formed with a big bang, created with a big bang? What are your thoughts on that?
I'll go further than that, Jim. The prime creator source was the birth of the Big Bang.
Okay, so in other words, the God that you speak of, before anything existed, he existed, and we have no idea where he came from. So he come up with this big idea or this big pile of explosives to purposely light the fuse to ignite the universe. Is that what you believe?
The prime creator source is the creator of the multiverse. The God from the Bible, where did he come from? Maybe the prime creator source created the God from the Bible. That's possible.
Oh, well, you can go on and on and on. But you can go on and on and on. Something had to begin from somewhere. From somewhere.
Yeah, the Big Bang Theory was a birth of the prime creator source, which is an energy, like you said. I agree with that. And also, the first life forms were actually twofold. Were dragons. Dragons were here first. Dragons are the ultimate warriors. And also, orbs using the will of God, created orb beings. Orb beings, when they entered beings, become spirits.
Here's a question. If Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel, now, what was it? Who was it? Cain slew Abel? Is that how it worked?
I'm not sure what you're on about, Jim. I'm not religious.
So anyway, whoever slew one other brother, they left and went to, I believe, the land of Nod or wherever it was, and met women that they married. So where did them other entities come from? If Adam and Eve were the first people and all they had was two sons, Cain and Abel. And another thing is, the Bible speaks of the final conflict between good and evil, right? The final battle of Armageddon, right? Yeah. Why would good even think about rising up against evil to the point of victory? If evil ever rose up against good to the point of victory, at that point in time, it would be in essence destroying itself, because it would no longer be serving any useful purpose.
Yeah, like the polarity is yin and yang. Armageddon may well is a premonition that may well manifest in the future. You can't deny that it won't, to be honest with you. It's
So to be
debatable,
honest with you, I don't believe that there's this, all religion is based on fear, and they use that fear as a tool. They teach you to fear the dark side, the negative side with Satan, and they also teach you to what? Fear the good and loving God, the fear the wrath of the good and loving God if you do not do his will, and being threatened with if you sin, which by the way has such a high bar that there's no person who ever walked the earth that never sinned, barring a child or an infant. If you sin, you will be condemned to eternal damnation and burn in hell forever. Now that's coming from the good and loving God. That can be scarier than Satan himself. So when I read stuff like that and I try to use common sense, that raises the bullshit meter, the needle on my bullshit meter. And it goes all the way over to bullshit.
Jesus, I don't believe, was a sinner, and Jesus said the message is love. The message is love. That's what he said.
Well, yeah,
Love
we
is
can spread the message of love all we want, but the only way that's ever going to come as an aid to our suffering and all that is if we do it as a collective, and that'll never happen.
I believe the 144 ascended masters will rise up and tilt the balance of the planet towards light, thus winning the day.
Now that you mentioned it, could it be possible that the 144,000 that you're speaking of is the 1% that's in control of everything today? Let's just suppose it now, right? That they were successful in their agenda of eliminating 95% of the world population and creating a new world order. At that point in time, after the sacrifice of many, right, a new world would be born, the balance would be evened out, and the world at that point, whoever's left behind, would be a utopia. There would be peace on earth. So let me ask you this. That being said, if they were successful in their agenda, do you think that would be a good thing? Everybody wants the balance to be reset. We're so far ahead in the wrong direction that we're heading. That's probably the only way it can happen. So if it did happen that way, in your opinion, would that be a bad thing?
A utopia manifested from a Holocaust.
No, that's not what I asked you. No, that's not what I asked you. I said, in your opinion, if they were successful in their agenda, would you consider that a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing, really, to be honest with you, because who are they to play God? And also, the utopia is an excellent thing.
Man, listen. God didn't create man. Man created the concept of God.
Ooh. Is that blasphemy, Jim?
Well, no. I mean, think about it. It's based on fear. That's why for so long, thousands of years, generation after generation, being born onto a religious society, from infancy, there's no greater brainwashing.
Candy Fowler says she'd like to call the Big Bang the divine spark. Okay. Candy Fowler says, I think there's many layers of realms and realities. Absolutely true. Realms and dimensions. Nikolai Tesla said, we're living in a realm. Sean G says, well said, Jim. Sean Francis says, what are your thoughts on the stone tape theory, Jim?
Hold on one second. On the what?
The stone tape theory.
The stone tape theory?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Nor me. I can't help you on that one, Sean Francis. Please, will you enlighten us further?
Yeah, I'd like to know about that. That's something I've never heard of before.
Yes, and we love learning new information. Candy Fowler says that inner struggle creates friction, which powers our inner vessels. Thank you very much for sharing that. That's a very good.
And that's exactly right. You see, the two polarities feed off each other. That's where the friction comes in to create the energy for us to
Jason
exist.
says we all need to find peace now. And will we find peace? How do we find peace? By being united. The prime creator source doesn't require praise, doesn't require worship. The prime creator source requires that you pay homage to yourself. You recognize who you are. You recognize yourself. You shine dignity upon yourself. You shine self-respect upon yourself. That's paying homage to yourself. You embrace the ego, but you don't become the ego. That is paying homage to yourself. That's how you pay homage to the prime creator source, who will reward you for those actions.
And another thing is, if anyone ever wants to search for the truth or even learn more about the big picture, there is no better teacher than nature itself. Just look around you. It won't be long before you will be able to realize that nature is a never-ending recycling process, from day and night, seasons to lifetimes. I believe we've lived many lifetimes. This body is just a vessel, a generic vessel for us to experience our journey. Upon death, the energy leaves the body. The only thing that's infinite is the energy itself. The body is just used as a tool to be able to experience existence. So when the energy departs the body, it takes another form, another shape, another form, goes to another dimension. The energy itself never dies.
And the energy is called consciousness. And we leaving this realm and going into another is called transition or change.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Death isn't the end. It's merely a transition.
Candy Fowler says wholeness better than pieces. Alex Ramirez says our human brains could never find ways to explain or even understand how God works. Why even try to explain something you can't even fathom? Actually, Alex, I believe I can fathom how the prime creator source works and describe the prime creator source, which is an energy, and I also believe I can fathom and describe the God from the Bible, which is an entity.
We are all reflections of each other. Okay. The only difference being we're each experiencing an unique experience of our own. Look at it this way. How else would the universe itself know that it even existed if it were not through our eyes? It is through our eyes that the universe beholds and experiences itself. Everything within existence of this energy is the universe experiencing itself in a gazillion different ways, all at one time. So at any given point in time, how can there not be chaos?
This is a chaos realm. We live in a chaos realm. The universe is the moon, the stars, the planets, the sun, the moon, the planets, and the stars. Yeah, that's the universe. Everything you can see. The cosmos is sound, frequency, and vibration, which you can't see. Typhonian path.
But all that you speak of is complements of the energy itself.
Yeah.
And that's the energy experiencing itself.
The cosmos. That's where it all happens. I also believe all the planets have a god or a goddess, just like Mother Earth. And I also believe that all the planets possess life, but not life as we know it.
Well, yeah, I
Sean
believe
G
that.
says, think about it. You are using human words. Yes, we are. We are using human words. Words of wisdom, words of power. Words are spells, spellings. We use words to define in detail and explain and paint a picture for your imagination. Imagination, imagination. Imagination is magic that stimulated within your mind. That's what human words can do. Words of wisdom, words of power. Me and Jim use esoteric intellect, blessed with diplomacy, to present to you thoughts, feelings and emotions to stimulate and probably ignite your pineal gland. That's what we do. And we do this without you even realising it.
Now,
Daisy Temponi says, yeah, Cain killed Abel.
right. Yeah, and then I think he went to what someplace called the Land of Nod, where he met some female or some woman. They had kids, but if Adam and Eve only had Cain and Abel, where did Cain's wife come from?
Sean G says, how come Adam or Eve had a belly button? I'll tell you how. An artist portrayal painted Adam and Eve with a belly button. That's where it come from. It doesn't mean it was so.
Well, nothing
Alice,
that's, if you want to go that far, nothing that's stated in the Bible doesn't mean it was so. Because as you said, an artist rendered the picture of Adam, which the artist is a man, and the book wasn't written by God himself, if there is a God or the kind of God that you speculate. It was written by man. So if that artist didn't depict the picture of Adam properly, how do you know that anything or any information in the Bible is true to form?
because there is an element of truth in all religions, okay? And the Bible was written by or scribed by prophets.
The only thing I can say to that is the truth comes from within, okay? From within yourself. That's where the truth lies. That's where the truth comes from. If you want to look at it, if you want to look for it externally, you will never find it. That's why the truth has not been discovered yet. The truth is within you. It's inward, not outward.
The truth is being discovered by ourselves, by using the truth comes from the God frequency, the prime creator source, spirits, demons, angels, inspiration, intuition.
Everything comes from the prime creator source, which is the universal energy itself.
Not everyone is plugged into the prime creator source, unfortunately. Alex Ramirez says, truth hurts. If you want to see it as him trying to scare you, then it's because you love sin that much. Well,
Shannon Boomgod is asking, right, Jim, where does the soul come from? The soul is the energy. That's in other words, we're all moved by energy. When we go to the hospital, if we have respiratory problems or a heart problem, they hook us up to an electrical monitor that can pick up on the electrical signals inside that move us and get a reading and figure out, what your situation is. If somebody has a heart attack and they die, they use a defibrillator to bring them back to life. That's a form of external energy, rekindling what? The internal energy. It's all based on energy. The soul is energy. So like I said before, when the generic body is shed and disposable, and when it's disposed of, the energy moves on. The body won't last forever. This experience we're experiencing now won't last forever. But the energy that's allowing that will move on and go back from where it came and be redistributed. So technically, death is not really an end. It's merely as a transition.
And the spirit enters the body allegedly at 7 weeks or 49 days. When the spirit enters the body, it becomes the soul. That's allegedly. However, my point is, like the sperm, millions of sperms, they swim up the channel. To swim up the channel, they must have a form of consciousness. So is it possible that consciousness begins in the sperm that swims up the channel to be fertilized by the egg? Is it possible that consciousness begins there?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because when you have billions of sperms swimming upstream, only one will fertilize that egg out of billions. And if that's not random, nothing is. So that shows randomness right from the get-go.
I'd like to say hi, Shannon. Thank you for joining us. It's very kind of you to be near us. Alex Ramirez says they are antichrist. Why not anti-Buddha or anti-Muhammad? Because Christ is the truth and the way. Well, that's debatable, Alex, because some people believe in other religions that Muhammad is the truth and the way as well. Muhammad is a messenger of God, just like Christ is a messenger of God. Sean G says, for real, breath of fresh air. Shannon Boomgar says the conscience has been here. Man creates a Bible, which is bull. Man creates a Bible, which is bull. Is it possible that prophets scribed the Bible, which got manipulated at a later date? Is it possible that prophets, when they scribed the Bible, they were using the hand of God? Is that possible because they were prophets? Is that bull? There's an element of truth in all religions. The Bible is a book of energy, a book of spells, a book of numbers, a book of rituals, book of prayers, book of energy. The Bible is so much. Is the Bible a book of bull? That's debatable, isn't it, really? The Bible is so many things. Book of numbers, book of codes.
Jason Horspool says the mind needs magnesium, potassium, and zinc to fire the nervous system. And that's a good point. You see, when you see them ingredients there, or elements such as magnesium, potassium, zinc, iron, that is not only found within us, within our genetics and our flesh, our very being, but it's also elements of what? The earth. So to me, that proves that's from where we came. Everything we see above the earth's surface came from the earth, including ourselves, right? And whereas one law of nature is nothing lasts forever, it will end up back in the earth from where it came, in nature's never-ending recycling process.
We've got quite a lot of questions here, Jim, actually. I'd like to say hi there generally. Thank you for joining us. You finally found our show, and it's a pleasure to have you near us. Thank you. Candy Fowler says, Inner Earth, what do you guys think about that theory? You've got flat Earth, hollow Earth, honeycomb Earth. Inner Earth is Agartha, which actually possesses a sun inside Inner Earth, Agartha. Also, like you've got the Alpha Draconians that live below the Earth, 200 miles down. It's an ideal habitat for them to actually exist. And Inner Earth, I believe, does actually exist where extraterrestrials reside. It's their habitat. Alpha Draconians are just one of the species. And below the surface of the Earth are the reptilians, and the reptilians live there because it's ideal habitat for them, and this is a reptilian planet, I believe. And also the flat Earth. Is flat Earth real? Not really, eh? Or why does a rainbow form that shape? Is it because of the firmament? And also, why was the firmament mentioned in history for such a long time, until like say 500 years ago, when it was removed?
Well, it's possible that the Earth is round, and I believe it is round. To be honest with you, that's my opinion. When I look up at other places like the moon, that's round. It doesn't appear to be flat to me unless it's vertical facing me.
Is it possible the Earth is shaped like an egg, Jim?
Well, it could be oval, but the point I'm trying to make is, I believe the rainbow is shaped as the world is round because of the gravitational force and pull. You got rain droplets and the sunlight going through them droplets to create that rainbow. So the gravitational pull on that rainbow curves it the same way the curvature of the planet. It doesn't mean that there's a dome or a firmament up there that's making it curve.
Okay. Jason Horsfall says the mind needs magnesium, potassium and zinc to fire the nervous system. Thank you for sharing that. Candy Fowler says wholeness and balanced vibrations. Exactamundo. And Shannon Boomcard says, yes, I feel the prophets were alien hybrids. Okay, thank you for sharing that. That is debatable, but that's a good possibility as well. Although I'm familiar with the fact that prophets do exist today. Prophets can be found in the occult. I do know of one or two prophets myself, actually. Merlin is a prophet. Michael Kelly from the occult is a prophet. And also Enoch was a prophet. There are many prophets, and also prophets who exist today may not understand that they're prophets. They may not recognize themselves. They might have premonitions and predictions and visions and not understand them. Then they will go to see a doctor who will send him to a psychiatrist who will actually tell them that they're mentally ill and give them medication, and they may even end up in an institution, which actually bears to the fact that they're actually locking up our prophets, because prophets do exist and they exist today.
Now let's get into something else for a second. The wishes of fate and destiny, right? Say you get somebody minding their business sitting on a park bench, or you get somebody minding their own business pumping gas, whatever. You get somebody who would be considered a nut come by a sniper for no apparent reason. He probably doesn't even know why he's doing it. He chooses to kill that person pumping gas or sitting on a park bench. According to the wishes of fate and destiny, how is that any different than thousands perishing in a cruise ship or hundreds dying in a plane crash? In all them instances, it was meant for them people to go in that particular manner, in that particular way, at that particular time, at that particular place. So when this sniper's doing what he's doing, is it because he's actually mentally ill? Or is he sane and that's his choice and he's just evil? But according to the wishes of fate and destiny, what he's doing in reality is fulfilling the wishes of fate and destiny, and probably not even knowing why he's doing it.
Maybe because he's a patriot, Jim.
And that's another thing that proves that we are living in a chaotic, random realm. And by the way, it's thundering and lightning now. I was just talking about that a little earlier. So if I get cut off, you know why.
If you get cut off, I have to go solo. Sean G says a book of crap. Sean G, I don't think you are fully aware of the energy and how the Bible can enhance the lives of mankind. I don't think you fully understand that concept, because the Bible is so many things. It's not just a book with scribes in it. It's a book of so many things.
Well,
okay.
Here's another thing. Within religion, people worship so many different gods. I would have to say, will the real God please stand up?
Will the real God please stand up?
So now we could argue from now through eternity who the real God is. So instead of arguing about it, why don't we just ask, will the real God please stand up?
I know who the real God is.
Yeah, who is that?
Me and you. We are the real gods. We are gods. We are all gods within ourselves. We need to recognize ourselves. If we don't recognize that we are gods, create a God, we create our own destiny.
That is correct, because the extent of God is the energy, and we are all a part of that energy. You are correct.
And we are connected by the flower of life. The flower of life is the God gene. And God experiences manifestations through you, through me. That's what God experiences. And together, as a cosmic collectiveness of minds, we form God's imagination. Okay? And Shannon Bumgar says, well, everything needs the nutrients. I agree with that. Yeah, Sean G, you don't have to apologise. The Bible is so many things. A book of energy to start with. Did you know the Bible, the code, isn't it? What I'm trying to think the name of it. The Bible decoded and broke. I can't think of the name. How can I not think of the name? Because I haven't said it for such a long time as well. The Amiga code, is it? Was it the Amiga? Jim, help me on this one. The code, the ships that were sailing across the sea were getting blown up by, they were food ships. Civilian ships were getting blown up by U-boats, German U-boats. And the Bible broke the code. The Amiga code.
Are you referring to Codex?
No. The Amiga code. I can't remember the name of the code actually. The Bible did that. The Bible could do so many things. Book of prayers, book of numbers, book of energy. And the Bible is a book of encryptions. The Bible is there to be decoded by you. If you can't decode the Bible, then you won't understand the Bible and what it actually presents. Okay? I'm not saying all the Bible is true. I'm saying the Bible is a book of miracles. I forgot that one, didn't I? The Bible is a book of miracles too. Are miracles real? Do miracles occur? Absolutely.
Well, you know, the scriptures are written in a way that they can be interpreted in many different ways by many different people. So when you talk about being in search of the truth, the closest to the truth that anyone will ever come to in this lifetime is what each individual perceives as being their truth. Possibly there is no one truth.
There is more than one truth, Jim. You are right. There is no one truth. There is more than one truth. And there is more than one truth. Candy Fowler says synchronicity. Synchronicity of time is a real concept. I have experienced the synchronicity of time myself. I know it's real. I know it exists. I left Swansea and I went to Southend-on-Sea in Essex, and I thought I've got to meet a person who will help me fulfill my quest. And I didn't know where the person lived. I didn't know where the person was. And I went to a location, and just so happens I bumped into that person at this location, which was virtually an impossibility. And the reason why I bumped into that person that I was looking for was because it was a synchronicity of time. That's what happened. Synchronicity of time is a real concept. And thank you for joining us, Jim. It's been a pleasure to have you near us. Jim has actually left the building. Sean G says the earth is shaped like an egg. Thank you for sharing that. It's a very good possibility. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Jim. I mean, Sean G, thank you. Come back, Jim. I'm on my own. What do I do? Answer the questions, I guess. Yeah, Candy Fowler, we were in a flow. Sean G says, like I said, balance. Absolutely, balance. Okay, agreed. Shannon Bumgard says, prophets. Yeah, prophets are real. Prophets exist to this very day. They are locking up our prophets because they don't want our prophets to be healthy, balanced and well, because our prophets will be able to navigate the cosmos and recognize what exactly is going on in this realm, and they will recognize that the government, the shadow government, the Cabal, the 13 families, the Bilderbergs are there to actually penetrate us, cause division and destroy our lives over a period of time, and to keep us sick, basically. We should live till we're 120 years old. That's our switch off point. However, we don't. We live until we're 60 to 80 years. That's because there's fluoride in the water. That's because the chemtrails have got barium in it and aluminium in it. And the first two letters of barium is BA. The first two letters of aluminium is B-A-L, which spells Baal. Baal is a devil god. Okay? And you've also got toxins in the food, pesticides in the vegetables, which are soaked up and absorbed by the vegetables which we consume. All of this shrinks our life from 120 to 60 to 80 years. That's what we're presented with. And when they say there's no cure for cancer, that is a fallacy. That's a myth. The alkaline foods, alkaline vegetables, they will save your life. They will prevent. Cancer cannot survive in an alkaline body. Alkaline vegetables are cucumbers, celery, cress, Brussels sprouts, etc. All those greens are alkaline based and they will kill cancer. Also, magic mushrooms kill cancer, although you can't walk around buzzing your tits off on magic mushrooms every day, can you? But magic mushrooms contribute to killing cancer. LSD repairs your brain cells. Your dead brain cells can be repaired by taking LSD, but obviously you can't take it every day. Thank you for listening. Jason Horseball says, in the pub, has Jim lost his connection? I really appreciate what everybody brings. Yes, Jason, thank you for being here, listening and watching. It's always a pleasure to have you near us. We are here sharing words of wisdom and words of power. Has Jim gone down the pub? He's dressed up for it, isn't he? Or could it be the eye of the storm? Well, how long have we been on anyway? Let's have a little peek. What happened there? I'll do that again. No, here it is. 1 hour and 1 hour and 20 minutes. You keep flowing the questions and I'll do my best to answer them if I can. Okay. So I've got so many devices here and they're all making strange noises. Some of these devices are new and I don't know what the noises mean, but most of them require my attention. Well, that's not a problem for me. I like technology. Do you like technology? Technology is good for you. It's healthy for you. It's also a disadvantage for you. Technology distracts you, from your soul, from your spirit. That's what technology does. Takes you away. You look outward and not inward. Recognize yourself. Recognize who you are. Recognize your gifts, your attributes, your qualities. Recognize them. Recognize self-respect. Recognize dignity. Recognize all these. That's how you pay homage to yourself. Recognize and you shall seek ascension. By recognizing yourself, you shall seek ascension. The purpose of life is to seek ascension. Okay? That's the purpose of life, to seek ascension. When you cross over to the next life, if you seek ascension this side of life, when you ascend, when you